Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Oklahoma Christian, where Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles are getting ready to take on the Lions of Arkansas Fort Smith. These two teams played just the other night, and Oklahoma Christian came out on top in overtime, winning 72-63. Elijah, what was the outcome of that game?
The outcome of the game was, obviously, they won 72-68, and it increased Lady Eagles' record of 4-3, which is with all four wins being on the road. So this is their second home game of the season, and they're looking for their first home game win, along with the first time the crowd will actually be in here in limited quantities, of course, for COVID.
Well, in that game, Oklahoma Christian was led by 4 players that had all double digits, 2 of them almost at 20 points. That was Madison Coyer and number 12, Brooklyn Bain.
Yes, and then Katie Mayo and Emily Epperly had 13 and 12 points each, respectively.
So, how did Brooklyn Bain affect that game for the Lady Eagles?
Well, obviously she was the leading scorer, and then she's also just like one of the biggest guards on the team. So this year we have a pretty tall team compared to last year. So that means we have more of an inside presence, which is why in this game it is important to stop Marshala Loli, who had 22 points and is also a 5'11" power forward, as she led the team, led the Fort Smith Lions to 68 points.
Well, in that game, these two teams were evenly matched, both shooting around 45% from the field. So let's see if that happens here in this game today. But for right now, we're going to step away, and we will be back right after this with the starting lineups.
My name is Christopher Sarton. I work at the Museum of the Bible as an AR/VR technician. I use game development software to help program applications for the Museum of the Bible. I graduated from Oklahoma Christian University as a computer science with gaming animation major because I wanted to share my joy of gaming with people. I really enjoyed playing games ever since I was a kid, and I thought it would be a good and interesting way to share my passions with people. There are 3 things that made me choose OC: my faith, the location, and the degree. I wanted to choose a college that really provided me an outlet to my faith and to grow. And there's not a lot of schools that have that kind of thing, and Oklahoma Christian was one that was pretty close by. The relationships you form and the things that you learn from your friends are really a large part of growing up as a human, and I think that's probably one of the biggest things I learned while at OC. A lot of the faculty were super cool. Professor Harbert's awesome. Chip Cooey, theology department, super cool. Jennifer Bryan is super awesome. She said at the beginning of class, "What do you want to be called?" And I was like, "Anything?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, Captain America." And she goes, "I'm not calling you Captain America." At the end of my time at OC, she actually gave me a coaster that had Captain America stuff on it. Software is always changing. Coding is always changing. New languages come out. The teachers really taught us how to think, how to look things up, and how to critically act on those things that we've learned. And all of that stuff is super useful. It teaches us how to think, how to explore, and how to use what we've learned to make amazing products. My favorite and most interesting things, the things I'm really excited about, are the experimental stuff I get to do. Currently, there's a lot of technology at the Museum of the Bible, but part of my job is getting to explore and develop in technologies we don't even have yet. Anything that lets me breach the realm of possibility and go wherever I want to help develop things that'll make the museum popular, make it interesting, or even help it flourish. That's the stuff that really, I don't know, makes me pretty happy.
My name is Michael Mitchell, and I'm Director of Development here at Water 4, and our mission is to eradicate the water crisis.
I'm Kristen Van Dyke. I work at Ernst & Young, UI now, which is a public accounting firm.
I'm Matt Cole with an accounting firm here in Oklahoma City, so I'm a partner in the accounting services and consulting assurance side.
My name is Jennifer Ray, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer here at Oklahoma Christian University. So that means budgeting, financial planning, forecasting, accounting. I went into accounting primarily so that I could move anywhere in the country that my family needed to go, and I would be able to find a job there. It was about flexibility and open doors. There's always something that can be improved upon or looked at in a new way to try to make a difference.
The goal of getting a college education is to launch a career, right? So it's allowed me to have what I think is a successful career that supported my family, provided us a good living, that's helped me give back to my community.
One interesting thing about accounting, when people find out that I'm an accountant, they either say, wow, you must love math, or oh, I bet you're super busy in April. And neither one of those things are true. I don't really do much math at all. If I do, it's addition and subtraction or multiplication and division. I'm not really busy during tax season. There's a lot to do in accounting besides tax and auditing.
So I lead the fundraising team here for the organization, trying to fund all of the water work we're doing all over the world. There's nothing we do here at Water 4 that accounting doesn't touch, and we wouldn't be able to do what we do as well as we do without accounting. And it is the language of business, so we work with entrepreneurs in 14 different countries, and not all of them speak English, but accounting is this universal language that we all speak and we all share, and so it gives us the ability to be on the same page about very, very important things in our work, which is trying to get people safe water.
We, the Lone Star Conference Student Athlete Advisory Committee, are committed to enhancing the voice of all student athletes,
to speaking out on topics important to us,
to spreading wellness about mental health,
to making an impact in our local communities,
to putting student and student athlete,
to developing ourselves professionally for life after the game,
to breaking down barriers for diverse and inclusive environments and ensure opportunity for all.
This is what we're about.
We love to play our sport and encourage others to play as much as they can.
Together we promote opportunity for all student athletes,
protect student athlete welfare, and maintain integrity.
We all wear different colors, but we share the same purpose.
We proudly uphold the positive image of what it is to be a student athlete.
We strive to achieve excellence
through dedication, hard work, service, and teamwork.
We are the student athletes.
We are the voice.
We
are the Lone Star Conference.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on, man, let's split a ride home.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Staring contest!
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you. It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Talk to your doctor about creating a plan that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother.
Yes.
You, your football buddy, your football buddy. You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows? Maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Recently, the western U.S. has averaged more than 1,900 earthquakes and 3,800 significant wildfires each year. So chances are there will be more of both near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
name is Zachary Payne. Alongside me is my broadcast partner, Elijah Johnson. And Elijah, these two teams played just the other night. OC came out on top. Do you think OC can come out on top here again?
If they bring the same energy, if not more, than they did last night, or if they dominate inside like they did, then yes, they will be able to come out on top.
Now, the one person that OC needs to stop is number 12, Marshall-Lee Lally, who scored 22 points against the Eagles, and all those points were down low or at the free throw line.
Yes, but sometimes it's just okay to let one player go off, because one player cannot carry an entire team to a win. I mean, just look at Bradley Beal and the Wizards. But it is important to at least keep her in check so she won't be able to keep the team and rally them into another win on the road.
Well, for Oklahoma Christian, number 12, Brooklyn Bain, who is a freshman out of Comanche, Oklahoma. She's been helping the Eagles a lot this season. She's the leading scorer for Oklahoma Christian this current season in their 7 games played, and she's averaging about 15 points per game. How does she keep that going?
Yeah, she keeps it going by just playing the way she's been playing. Just get big, get the rebounds, get open, get her teammates involved like they did last night with 4 players in double digits. It's a team game, but having one leader like her on the team definitely puts it over the top against a team like University of Arkansas Fort Smith.
Well, Oklahoma Christian, it's going to be a little rough for them here tonight as they only have 9 players active. And so far this season, Oklahoma Christian's had a lot of injuries. The main injury they've had is Katie Mayo going down in the second game and who tore her ACL.
Yeah, that was actually a big blow. But then again, that's where players like Brooklyn Bain come in and take up that leadership spot with Katie Mayo out. And then also with all the freshmen they have on the team. But it's also a good mix of otherclassmen too. So we have a good mix of, young, talented youth who is able to go through these long stints on the court. And then these peak players that have been in here and been in situations like this to help them come through.
Well, another person that just came back this week, that's starting her first game after coming back from injury, is number 45, Kendall Blackburn. She's coming off with a fractured toe. So she's still struggling with that fractured toe a little bit, but how will that come into effect here tonight?
Yeah, this is her first game since the last home game of last season. So, she may come back a bit rusty, so that means the players who are going to be backing her up need to step up as well like they've been doing all season.
Well, Oklahoma Christian and Arkansas Fort Smith getting ready to have the opening tip-off here. Eli, what do you want to see in this game from the Lady Eagles?
I want to see a big inside presence. Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. I want to see them be able to get big in the post on defense, especially against Lally. But that's what they should do this game.
As Oklahoma Christian wins the opening tip, as Madison Coyer crosses the half-court line to start the game off for the Lady Eagles. She moves over to the right side. Passes it all the way over to the other end to Tyra Peck in the left wing. Now to Kendra Levings, who back over to Peck. Peck over to...
As you see, the University of Arkansas is running a 2-3 defense, trying to force them to shoot the ball instead of getting inside.
As Coyer's three-point attempt from the right wing is no good, rebounded by Fort Smith. As Lally now has it, passes it back out, and it goes out of bounds. Nobody there on the dish back out.
And it's pretty obvious that their coach is really confused about that pass. So with Arkansas running a 2-3 is very important for ball movement so they can be able to shift the zone and find the open shot.
As Tyra Peck now has the ball. Crosses the half-court line, starts to move over to the right wing. Gives it to Coyer. Coyer now to Epperly. Epperly's shot from just in front of the free throw line is good, and OC's the first team on the board.
And that's exactly what they should do. Get in the middle of the zone, find those spots where the people are wide open and take the shot whenever they have it.
So now Fort Smith's Lally with the ball at the top of the arc, starts to move over to the right side, works against Levings. She then passes it down inside to number 14, Stoudemire. Stoudemire then back out to number 3, Stewart. Stewart shot up, no good as it goes off the rim, but Lally gets part of the rebound, then it goes straight to Stoudemire, who puts it back up and in.
And that's what they don't want to do, is give them second chance points.
Quick transition from defense to offense for OC. As it's passed down inside to number 12, Baines. Bain draws the foul.
This foul was on Jasmine Stoudemire. it was just a size mismatch for her. She was able to get where she wanted, and the foul was really the only valid option for her.
So Bain at the free throw line for the first time for Oklahoma Christian tonight, as she's going to be the only one down at this end of the floor to shoot the free throws. So her first shot is up and is no good.
Yeah, last game they shot over 70% from the line, 11 of 14 from the line. So these is a good, very good free throw shooting team.
As Bain makes the second attempt at the free throw line, puts OC back up by 1. 8:15 left here in the first quarter. Stewart gets it to Stoudemire, now over to number 21, Boyett. Now to Lawley. Lawley shot no good, rebounded by Bain.
And they're running full court pressure, just keeping everybody down and trying to not to let them get fast break points or get there before the defense is set.
As Coyer conducts the play, starts to move over to the left side, gives it to Levings. Levings at the left wing, bounce passes to Epperly at the top of the arc. Down to Bain. Bain fights for it, draws the foul again.
The foul will be on the floor, so no free throws.
This is a different team that we've seen from Oklahoma Christian the last few years. They're fighting for the ball a lot more down low than what they usually do.
Yeah, they're fighting for the ball a lot more, and there's also a lot more ball movement also. It's not just Madison Coyer standing on top, dribbling and just driving and doing it all herself like she did, but that was actually a good drive. But there's a lot more ball movement and getting the other teammates involved.
As Stewart tries to go coast to coast, lays it up and gets it to fall, and the foul, but the foul is going to be an offensive foul on Stewart.
That was just a good job on her, just reading what she was about to do, stepping in front of her, standing still, and getting out of the restricted area, drawing the charge, putting her body on the line for the team.
3 early fouls for Fort Smith here in the first quarter.
That's actually really good. They get 1 or 2 more, and then they'll be in the bonus to get some free throws.
And it looks like another foul down low, and it looks like it's also going to be on Fort Smith, and that one's going to be on number 24, Larissa Campbell.
That's Brooklyn Bain and Larissa Campbell gets tangled up. I guess the referees just figured it was Campbell's fault and put it on Fort Smith.
So OC catches a little bit of a break there as the pass was intercepted, but because of the foul, it will remain at OC's end and OC's ball. As Tyra Peck gets the inbound pass. Starts to drive, nice spin move, nice
pass. Good pass. Like I said, this is exactly what you want to do. Get in the middle of the zone and find those little spots where the zone has shifted and the player is wide open.
So now number 2, Elston, passes it to number 24, Campbell, and Campbell lays it up on the left side of the glass and in.
It's going to be a very physical game with a lot of inside presence for both teams.
As Coyer bounce passes it to Levings on the left side, back to Epperly and at the top of the arc. Passes it down low, and another foul drawn down low.
And that foul was because she had her arm wrapped around her body. It was around her waist, so it would restrict her movement and wouldn't allow her to catch the ball properly and would possibly put her in danger if she would drop into it.
So Bain, already for OC, has drawn at least 3 fouls early on in this game, and that has put OC in the bonus already with 6:43 left here in the first quarter.
And obviously what that does is stops the clock and gives OC some free points and giving them a chance to to extend their lead and just, the free throws are very important. So, like, if they miss free throws, it could come back and bite them.
And she is now 2 for 4 at the free throw line. Going back the other way, a 2-point game. And number 25, Johnson, back out to Lally, to Elston. Elston wants a pick. Gives it back to Johnson. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Johnson starts to drive in, works against Levings, now gets double teamed. Her shot no good. Great defense down low by OC.
Doesn't seem like Fort Smith wants those. Ooh, good. Wow.
What a pass.
Great pass between 3 defenders, just over them.
Quick transition for Fort Smith now as Elston slows it down.
It seems like Fort Smith is just trying to get into a paint with no means necessary. Not really taking the open 3-pointers when they got it.
There's Boyett. Boyett has control of the ball, gives it to Elston. Elston, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, no good. Rebounded by Epperly.
Rebound. It's just her getting big and getting over the defenders and timing of a jump properly.
Another fast break.
Splits the defenders, too.
Good pass by Madison Coyer.
It's obvious that OC is coming in with a lot more energy than Fort Smith, as Fort Smith seems a little lazy on defense and trying to force everything on offense.
And so with that, the timeout called.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's going to play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on, man, let's split a ride home.
Oklahoma Christian leads by 6 as Fort Smith has the ball. Good pass down low, gets the foul for Fort Smith is number 12, Lolly. And that's how she was so effective in the last game, getting down low, putting the shots up, and getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, that was just better positioning on her part. They didn't take away the baseline, and she was able to spin right past and draw the foul and get the layup.
As she was 4 from 7 from the free throw line in the last game, and she is 0 for 1 now. The offensive rebound for Fort Smith, so that could be a big break for them. But it is stripped from behind and stolen away by OC.
That was great hands. Amaya checks in as well.
So now Epperly at the top of the arc. Starts to drive in. Moves over to the right side, passes it back out to Coyer. Coyer then resets the play for OC. Tries to give it to Levings. Levings just stops, and that's just miscommunication between Coyer and Levings off of that pass.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that would happen often, but it was just a big miscommunication and good defense by Fort Smith taking away the baseline.
So now Elston has the ball for the Lions. Gets a screen from number 20, Gorman. There's then going to be a foul called on OC.
Number 13.
It looks like it was going to be on Epperly, and that's going to be her second foul, and that could be costly for OC if she gets into foul trouble. So now on the inbound pass. Elston gives it to number 21, Boyett. Boyett shot no good, deflected, and it looks like it was last touched by Buchanan. And I think that's a good call by the refs.
Good hustle on both teams. It's just unfortunate it went out of bounds on us.
So we are just under halfway in the first quarter. OC up by 4. Fort Smith with the basketball. Down at their own end. Pass to Elston to resume play. Elston on the right side. Works against Tyra Pegg. Finds number 20, Gorman, and then there's going to be a foul called. Travel, excuse me, on Gorman.
It seems like OC's running the 2-3 as well. Only Fort Smith isn't taking it as well as we have on offense so far.
So now Madison Coyer at the top of the arc.
Ball movement and off-ball movement will be key in this offensive stand against the 2-3 defense.
As there is a scramble down low and is going to be deflected out of Bain's hands and goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touched by Bain, but I think that's a little bit of an iffy call.
Yeah, it could have helped with the replay, but you know it happened. So they just need to get back on defense and get the ball back.
Elston. Now on the left side with the ball is Terry. Terry up to Lally. Back to Elston. Back to Lally. Lally's jumper is no good. Last touch by Buchanan off the rebound as it goes out of bounds and is going to remain Fort Smith ball. So the last few possessions have been rough down low for OC on the rebounding aspect of the ball.
Everything else had been perfect, not allowing University of Arkansas to get what they want as she hits a three. But obviously it's not really their offense as they're trying to get inside a lot, so I don't think there will be many threes taken in this game for either team.
As Elston brings it back within one. Now Levings with the ball on the left side. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Coyer. Levings wide open. There's a foul before the shot, and it looks like it's going to be a foul called on OC. The last few offensive possessions have been rough for the Lady Eagles since the commercial break. So now Elston at the top of the arc. Wide open, she could take the three if she wants to. And now there's going to be another foul call. It's going to go the other way.
Just sloppy play after the timeout. It's just a lot of off-ball drama, I guess. Every foul is off the ball, is going out of bounds. Nobody can handle the ball anymore.
So Larissa Campbell checks in for Casey Gorman for the Lady Lions of Fort Smith as OC has possession of the ball down at their own end now. Tyra Peck almost travels there. Back to Peck now. Now to Bain. Bain with the pump fake. Nice bounce pass from Bain to Coyer in the right corner. Over to Levings. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. OC needs to try to find it down low. Peck with a nice drive along the baseline to put it up and in.
It's a nice physical, aggressive take on the offense.
So now Campbell to Elston. Elston's three. No good. Rebounded by Buchanan. To Coyer. Coyer on the fast break up to Levings. Levings gets it knocked out of her hands as it goes out of bounds. Will remain with Oklahoma Christian.
Yes, OC wants to get the ball on the offensive end before their defense can get set up. And that's exactly what Fort Smith doesn't want to happen as they just try to sprint back and just get them outlet passes.
So Peck inbounds the ball from right in front of the Lions bench. Now Levings has it. Long three from Levings. Good.
Right on top of that A on NCAA.
OC back up by 6. Now Campbell drives in, pulls up. No good on the shot. Rebounded by Bain. Quickly to Peck. Over to Levings. Levings double teamed along the baseline. Tie up. And they're going to say jump ball. Possession arrow to the Lions. So it'll be Fort Smith ball. So now Elston with possession of the ball for the Lions with 1:45 left here in the first quarter. Down 6 to the Lady Eagles. Elston on the right wing gives it to Campbell. Campbell tries to pass it down and it is swatted away and stolen.
Yeah, with the Lady Lions not wanting to shoot many threes, it's just making it really easy on OC on defense.
As Madison Coyer gets called with the charge, but the shot still went in. Well, that would have been a ridiculous shot if that was a blocking foul.
Would have, but it was just good anticipation by the Lady Lions.
So now Buchanan checks out for number 35, Antonia Kovacevic. That shot no good by the Lady Lions. Offensive rebound, though. Over to the right corner for the three. No good as it is airballed. Almost saved by Bain, but Bain was on the line as she was touching possession of the basketball. Actually,
it doesn't seem like the Lady Lions are that good of a three-point shooting team, so it's understandable why they would want to get in the paint so long.
You got to give the Lady Lions a lot of credit, though. After getting down early with fouls, they have not allowed the Lady Eagles to get to the free throw line since then.
Part of it is the Lady Eagles' fault, as they had too many offensive fouls.
There was a foul there, number 23. That would be Terry for the Lions, and it's going to send Bain who's already been to the free throw line twice tonight and shooting 2 for 4 at the line. She has a chance for a 1-and-1 opportunity.
She sinks the first free throw. She's not 3 or 5. These free throws will be important later on in the game.
As Bain's second attempt is up and she drains both. OC now up by 8.
Yeah, being in the bonus gives them a little bit of boost and limits what Fort Smith can do in terms of aggressiveness.
Final minute of play here in the first quarter. OC up by 8. Elston over to Terry. Now to number 3, Stewart. Stewart over to the left corner. Elston now drives in. Nice spin move by Elston. Her shot no good as it was too strong. Rebounded by OC. Gives it to Peck. Tyra Peck starts to drive in and slows it down.
That was a good call.
Now drives in. Nice floater there. Gets the foul and the bucket.
That was a good call. As they were running the full court press, and was able to get into the middle of the floor and just get in the lane and get an easy floater.
So now OC going to be up by double digits. Peck trying to convert the and one off the play, and she does. Tyra Peck now has 5 points on the evening. Shot clock has been turned off. Elston is slowing it down. It looks like the Lions are going to want to take the last shot of the first quarter.
All things considered, this was a great first quarter for the OC Lady Eagles.
And there's going to be a foul called down low on number 2. And it's going to send Lally to the line. And I think they're going to call that on Tyra Peck. The ref comes over to the timekeeper to tell them who the foul was on. And from my point of view, it looked like it was on Tyra Peck, and that's who they are going to stick with. So now Lally at the free throw line for the Lions. Makes the first attempt at the line. As Lally still has one more. OC will have 4.7 seconds to try to make a bucket at the end of the first quarter here. As Lally knocks it down. Up to Coyer. Coyer going up the floor with a purpose. Tries to pass it, gets knocked out of her hand. And they are going to let that go. So at the end of the first quarter, OC up 20-11. We'll be right back right after this with the start of the second quarter.
Tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. Oklahoma Christian leads by 9 as we get ready to start the second quarter. Elijah, Oklahoma Christian came out firing as they were shooting 77% from the field in that first quarter.
Yeah, that was great too. Being able to get to the open spot in the zone, getting able to get into the paint, get the layups, draw fouls whenever they really wanted to, putting them in a bonus and giving them extra shots at the end of the quarter.
One thing that OC does need to work on is turnovers, and points off of turnovers for Fort Smith is only 3 points, but OC has had 5 turnovers, and that was all with a quick little stretch.
Yeah, Fort Smith also had 6 turnovers after the timeout.
As Tyra Peck passes it down low, and there's another turnover right there.
Yeah, he tried to force it in too much. Wasn't able to fully get into the offense.
So now they're going to reset the shot clock up to 30 as it is now going to be Fort Smith's ball.
Also looked like Fort Smith altered their defense a little bit to put someone on the baseline so they can able to come over and help in a post situations.
As Fort Smith with the inbound pass.
Fort Smith only shooting 4-16 for the game.
So now Elston gets the pass from Stewart. Starts to drive back up. Now gives it to number 21, Boyett. Boyett's three-point attempt, highly contested. Knocks it down, though. Puts them back within 6.
Looks like they switched it up from a 2-3 to a 3-2. Like I said, they have someone on the baseline just running to making sure they don't get inside at will.
OC starts to drive in, and she's going to get caught with the double dribble. Elijah, what is the difference between 2-3 and 3-2? Obviously, there's going to be an extra person on top, but what does that do against the offense?
It just forces the offense to do different things. The 2-3 forces the offense to stay outside, and the 3-2 forces them to stay inside. But the way they're using it is they're getting into the ball handling, making it harder to pass. And with those 2 extra people on top, they will be able to get into the passing lanes. And the 2 extra people on the bottom watching the baselines, whenever they get past the first 2, they won't be able to get an easy shot like they've been doing in the first half of the first quarter.
So now Oklahoma Christian with possession of the ball. As Coyer gives it to Levings. Levings, 2 people in her face, no good on the 3-point attempt, but rebounded by Coyer, who drives in and gets the nice figure roll.
That was just really nice hustle. Fort Smith just watched the ball bounce, and Madison Coyer decided just to go get it and go score.
So now Stewart brings the ball up the floor, down by 8. Nice step back by Stewart and drains the shot.
That was just a big body move. Stewart is bigger than Madison Coyer, so she was just able to put a body on her and get her off balance.
So now Coyer gives it to Levings on the left wing, back to Coyer at the top of the arc.
Now you see OC just calming down the offense a little bit, being able to pass it and shift the zone.
Coyer with the shot from the top of the arc, no good.
Just short, and that was just a foul. As she was going up for the rebound, got under her and messed up her landing spot.
You got to give Bain a lot of credit. She's been able to draw a lot of fouls so far here tonight. And for her to only be a freshman and already seeing that sight, that's got to be a bright future for her.
Yeah, that's just a lot of hustle points as well. She's just battling harder than Fort Smith on the board.
As Levings wants to inbound it, passes it to Peck. Brings it back out, starts to find a little bit of a lane. Nice spin move by Tyra. Quick pass, and they're going to say a travel on Tyra Peck.
And Tyra Peck didn't exactly know what she wanted to do, whether it was a pass or take up for a shot.
So now Elston gives the ball to Boya. Over to the right wing now. To Elston. Now to 14, Stoudemire. Stoudemire passes it down. Back out. Elston starts to drive in. Passes it to Stoudemire. Stoudemire shot just in front of the free throw line. No good, but gets her own rebound. Tries to put up a shot and draws the foul.
Yeah, Buchanan went in for the steal instead of just getting big and putting her hands up to contest the shot. She had her on the arm. That was a foul.
So Stoudemire. Her first attempt is up, and it is good. You got to give Stoudemire good credit, though, on that. To track your ball after you know you're going to miss the shot, to go get the rebound instantly and then generate a foul.
Yeah, sometimes you can just feel that the shot is off. But it's just credit to her for actually acting on it instead of waiting to see what would happen.
So Coyer gets pressed a little bit. OC needs to get across the half-court line. Almost thrown away. Now there's a lot of space as Bain drives in, lays it in on the left side of the glass, and the foul.
I was just going up strong. Instead of going up with one hand on the left-handed side, she went up with 2, knowing she was going to get the contact, and she was just able to finish.
So that's going to make Bain have 8 points now here in this first half for the Lady Eagles, and Hal has a chance to make it 13. As her shot is up, it is off the back part of the rim and no good. Rebounded by the Lions.
But just getting the the starters in foul trouble is just going to be very, very helpful going on in the game.
Stoudemire with a three-pointer.
Looks like Stoudemire is starting to heat up and become more aggressive, starting to take over for the team.
At one point was a 10-point game for the Lady Eagles. It is now down to just a 3-point game as Buchanan gets the ball, puts up the jumper, no good. Offensive rebound by Bain. Passes it out to Peck. Peck, wide open three. Up and good.
Nice.
And there is a foul called, though. Now the question is they are going to count the bucket, but the foul is going to count as well.
That was on Brooklyn Bain. He's trying to establish dominance in the post for the offensive rebound. She just got a little too aggressive and threw the play on the floor.
Good call by the ref to allow the bucket as the foul happened after the ball went in the net. Stoudemire starts to drive in, and Stoudemire taking control of the offense for the Lions. 3 possessions in a row. Stoudemire has put points up on the board for Fort Smith.
Able to chip into the OC lead.
So now Coyer back to Leving. Leving's another 3, no good. Another offensive rebound, tie-up, jump ball should be Oklahoma Christian. They're going to say Fort Smith. So it's going to be Fort Smith ball due to the possession arrow.
One thing neither team has done in this quarter is have too many turnovers.
As Stoudemire again with another 3.
Just carrying this offense for the Lady Lions.
As Stoudemire quickly has 12 points now for the Lions. 1-point game, 5:55 left here in the first half. Coyer starts to drive in, passes it to Peck. Peck, another wide open 3, no good, rebounded by Stoudemire. She's then bringing it up the floor. You bet she's going to drive in, get the bucket and the foul.
Stoudemire isn't waiting for anything. She's just going to take anything that she wants right now.
5 possessions in a row for the Lions, all points coming from Stoudemire. The foul is on Kendra Levings. And it looks like they're going to want to come take a look at possibly on the possession during the commercial break. And I'm wondering if they're going to check that foul where Tyra Peck made the 3. As the shot by Stoudemire is up and it is good. 5:40 left, resume action here.
The Lady Lions was able to retake the lead and go up by 2.
As Tyra Peck now has possession. OC trails for the first time tonight.
This is mirroring the game that they had last night with OC taking control in the first quarter and the Lady Lions just able to take over in the second.
As Bain puts up a shot, and she looked like she was fouled on that shot. But there was no call. It will remain OC basketball, 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Quick bounce pass into, and they're going to say she stepped out of bounds after possessing the ball. Costly turnovers here in the second quarter for the Lady Eagles.
Let's see if they can convert on the turnovers.
And now over to Elston. Elston shot no good. Rebounded on the second chance opportunity by Oklahoma Christian.
Nobody was there. Just looked like she rushed the layup a little bit.
Quick passes by OC. OC looks like they're hesitating on a lot of wide open looks and just not taking it. But with that, we're going to take our commercial break, and we will be right back right after this.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Yeah, Sam, Elmo.
Oh, hey, Julia. You ready ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Talk to your doctor about creating a plan that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
Welcome back, everybody, to Eagle Sports Network. The refs are over here looking at the three from Fort Smith around the 6-point minute mark to see if her foot was on the line on the shot. And if it was, that would help OC as they would get only down by 1. But either way, OC is still going to be trailing here as we get ready to resume action.
With or without that point, the Lady Lions have the momentum in the game, as OC just seems like they lost their mojo the first quarter, just hesitating in everything they do.
But the big factor so far for Oklahoma Christian has been turnovers. After the switch from the 2-3 to 3-2 zone, Oklahoma Christian has just looked flustered on offense.
It looks like it's just the uncertainty of what type of zone they're going to be in, so they were over here just waiting and waiting and waiting. And with all that waiting, they weren't able to get into the offensive flow that they usually would be in, and then they would be hesitant or making errant passes.
So as we get ready to resume action, Fort Smith has the ball. They did conclude that the shot by Fort Smith for the 3 was a good 3. So now it's going to be a quick turnover, and OC is going to have possession of the ball.
Doesn't seem like Gorman was quite ready for that pass, as it just went right past her.
As Madison Coyer has possession of the ball, moves over to the right side. Now over to Levings. Levings puts up a 3 contested, gets it to fall though.
And that's what it looks like with no hesitations, none at all. She has a 3, she's just gonna take it.
Kendra Levings has a unique shot. She's one of those that her mentality is no matter what, if I have a little bit of a look, I'm gonna take it.
That's exactly what they need right now, because the hesitations and the waiting is just killing them on offense. If they can get over that little hump that they have, then they'll be able to pull back away.
As Oklahoma Christian gets another gift as they have the lead back up by 1 and possession of the ball after the turnover. Quickly over to Madison Coyer, back to Levings. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Peck, Coyer drives in. Find to Levings. Levings another 3, no good. Deflected and rebounded, but then stolen away by Coyer. What a play.
And then you can put that on Bain for going for the offensive rebound and not allowing Fort Smith to fully control the ball.
And great offense from OC, even though the ball did not fall. A lot of just quick touch passes.
And tough passes to move the zone.
As Elston drives in, passes it out to number 23, Terry, who pulls up from the left corner, and that shot is good.
It's like they went for the charge and just didn't work out.
Coyer now to Peck, back to Coyer. OC still wants to get down low, as you can see.
The difference is that if it's not being able to get down low, they're taking the 3s whenever they have it.
As Blackburn puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Fort Smith. It's Boyett. Now over to Elston. Elston, nice drive in, but there is going to be a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Blackburn before the shot was put up.
That was a good crossover. As the crossover went over, she went in and reached and had it on her arm.
You can tell Blackburn out there is not 100%. She's still favoring that foot a little bit.
Yeah, it just might be that little pinching pain, or it might be a little mental note that she has just to make sure that foot is okay.
That was Gorman. As Blackburn falls to the ground. Slow to get back up, but she's back up now. As Boyett drives in, puts up the jumper, no good. Gets her own rebound, generates a foul, but they're going to say a foul on the floor before the bucket.
It just looks like Blackburn is just a little slow on everything. Like I said, this is her first game back since the last home game of last season, so it will take her a while to get back into the flow of things.
So it is going to be a shooting foul. The foul was on Tyra Peck, her second. Boy, it makes the first, gets them back up by 3. As Boyette's second attempt is up, and that shot is also good. So now Atlanta Hopgood is going to check in for the first time tonight for the Lady Eagles. As Coyer already crosses the half-court line, 2:40 left in the first half, trailing by 4. Lions in the bonus, so no more fouls for OC, and Hopgood loses control of it, and it is stolen away by Gorman, but then tipped and stolen away, but recovered by the Lions, and then there's going to be another foul called, and it's going to be a shooting foul.
It's going to be on the Atlanta Hopgood, who just subbed in.
So number 23, Terry, is going to go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Her shot is up, and she makes the first one. OC now down by 5 points. Shot is up, now make that 6. Madison Coyer controls the ball, still trying to figure out that 3-2 zone. Now to Levings. And Levings is going to be called with a travel, and that did not look like a travel to me.
I think that was a bad call. She was still on her pivot foot.
So after the foul called, or the travel called, excuse me, on Kendra Levings, Fort Smith now has a chance to increase their lead up to 3 possessions.
And it's a travel call on her. Both teams are making similar mistakes, but also similarly they're doing good in each category as well.
Well, like everyone likes to say, the ball don't lie. As Madison Coyer now has possession of the ball at the top of the arc, gives it to Hopgood. Now to Bain. Quickly passed down low, out to Levings. And there's going to be another foul called on Oklahoma Christian.
I don't believe that was a foul. I believe that was a lane violation, that she was in the paint for too long.
So Fort Smith looking to try to increase their lead up to 3 possessions yet again. Her shot no good. Fight for the ball. And they're going to say last touch by OC. So now 1:32 left. Fort Smith looking to inbound the ball. Over to Elston. There's Coyer with the nice steal on the inbound, lays it up. Does not get it to fall, but gets her own rebound. Slows it down now, and there's going to be a foul call, and it looks like it's going to be on Elston, but great hustle there by Madison Coyer to try to keep this game close.
Yes, it was.
So now Levings to inbound the ball. Here's it to Coyer. Levings, nice bounce pass down low to Blackburn. Blackburn then works to the right side, lays it up on the glass and in.
That's the Blackburn we're accustomed to.
So now OC down by 4 as we are about to be in the final minute of play here in the first half. So now number 21, Boyett, gives it to Stewart. Stewart drives in, passes it to Gorman. Gorman shot in and out, rebounded by Blackburn, given to Coyer. OC, if they can play it smartly here, they can get a 2-for-1 at the end this first half as Blackburn gets it, puts up the jumper, no good. Rebounded by Fort Smith. Now Stoudemire, her shot no good, but gets her own rebound, and then she is then blocked by Bain.
He was blocked by Blackburn, I think, instead of Bain. But that was good hustle by Stoudemire.
So now Hopgood at the right wing passes it down Inside now, Bain has it along the baseline on the right side, puts up her shot, and she was blocked. 4 seconds left here to end the first half as Stewart just throws it up, no good. And at the end of the first half.
It's a very close game, 32-36.
Fort Smith, we'll be right back with the halftime report right after this.
We, the Lone Star Conference Student Athlete Advisory Committee, are committed to enhancing the voice of all student athletes.
To speaking out on topics important to us.
To spreading wellness about mental health.
To making an impact in our local communities.
To putting student and student athlete. To developing ourselves professionally for life after the game.
To breaking down barriers for diverse and inclusive environments and ensure opportunity for all.
This is what we're about.
We love to play our sport and encourage others to play as much as they can.
Together we promote opportunity for all student athletes,
protect student athlete welfare, and maintain integrity.
We all wear different colors, but we share the same purpose.
We proudly uphold the positive image of what it is to be a student athlete.
We strive to achieve excellence
through dedication, hard work, service, and teamwork.
We are the student athletes.
We are the voice.
We
are the Lone Star Conference.
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
My name is Christopher Sarton. I work at the Museum of the Bible as an AR/VR technician. I use game development software to help program applications for the Museum of the Bible. I graduated from Oklahoma Christian University as a computer science with gaming animation major because I wanted to share my joy of gaming with people. I really enjoyed playing games ever since I was a kid, and I thought it would be a good and interesting way to share my passions with people. There are three things that made me choose OC: my faith, the location, and the degree. I wanted to choose a college that really provided me an outlet to my faith and to grow. And there's not a lot of schools that have that kind of thing, and Oklahoma Christian was one that was pretty close by. The relationships you form and the things that you learn from your friends are really a large part of growing up as a human, and I think that's probably one of the biggest things I learned while at OC. A lot of the faculty were super cool. Professor Harbert's awesome. Chip Cooey, theology department, super cool. Jennifer Bryan is super awesome. She said at the beginning of class, "What do you want to be called?" And I was like, "Anything?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, Captain America." And she goes, "I'm not calling you Captain America." At the end of my time at OC, she actually gave me a coaster that had Captain America stuff on it. Software is always changing. Coding is always changing. New languages come out. The teachers really taught us how to think, how to look things up, and how to critically act on those things that we've learned. And all of that stuff is super useful. It teaches us how to think, how to explore, and how to use what we've learned to make amazing products. My favorite and most interesting things, the things I'm really excited about, are the experimental stuff I get to do. Currently, there's a lot of technology at the Museum of the Bible, but part of my job is getting to explore and develop in technologies we don't even have yet. Anything that lets me breach the realm of possibility and go wherever I want to help develop things that'll make the museum popular, make it interesting, or even help it flourish. That's the stuff that really, I don't know, makes me pretty happy.
Do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles trailed to the Lady Lions of Arkansas Fort Smith 36-32. So far, it's been a back and forth game as Oklahoma Christian shot great in the first quarter, but not so good in the second quarter. And it's like they flipped.
Yeah, it was. Oklahoma Christian shot 77.8% from the field in the first and only 29.4% in the second. You can blame most of that on turnovers, as Oklahoma Christian has 13, but also Fort Smith has 11. The only difference is that Fort Smith is out-rebounding OC 16-22, giving them extra possessions and extra shots.
Well, most of those turnovers that you talked about have come from the 3-2 zone. The Lady Eagles have not figured out how to beat that against Fort Smith.
Well, it's not only the 3-2 zone, but also the 2-3, as they've been switching it up from possession to possession. And also, they've been doing a really good job of when they're doing the full court press, getting back on defense and having the people on the baseline not allow any inside shots and forcing them to take either errant passes or just bad shots overall.
Well, another big factor in this game so far has been free throws. Oklahoma Christian has been to the line 4 times and have made 5 out of their 8 attempts at the free throw line, and 6 of those attempts were by Bain herself. So she has 75% of the free throws for Oklahoma Christian, as Fort Smith, on the other hand, has been to the free throw line 5 times at least, and they are 9 of 10 from the field or from the free throw line.
Yeah, like I said over the broadcast, just making the free throws is going to mean a lot. Those extra points you get with the time stop, it just means a lot going on into the game. It's just when you look back on the tape, when you're doing film session the day after, you're like, dang, I could have made that free throw, could have made the game a little closer, could have gave us a little bit more momentum. And right now, Fort Smith is taking on momentum, especially when Jasmine Studmeyer just took over in the second half, as she has 15 points total. And I'm pretty sure most, if not all, has come in the second quarter.
All the points did come from Studmeyer in the second quarter, as you just said. But the one person that Oklahoma Christian has kind of backed off from offensively from their perspective has been Bain. Bain was doing great in the first quarter, drawing fouls, getting down inside and getting low. The second quarter, she really hasn't done much.
Yeah, that was just mostly because of the turnovers. They keep trying to force it into her, and then when they can't force it into her, they're not even able to get inside the paint. So they would take the threes instead, or they would just do it themselves. And most of the time it would work, or some of the time it would work. Most of the time it wouldn't, as they have just a good zone and just a lot of active hands in the passing lanes.
So Eli, from your perspective, since you've played basketball, what does Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles need to do to try to get back in this game? And they're not technically out of it since they're only down by 4, but what do they need to do to start the second half to regain their lead?
Well, for one, they need to start on the defensive end. They just need to bring more energy in the paint, in the paint defensively. Studmeyer was able to just take a ball from Oklahoma Christian's side of the court, go drive all the way, do a Euro step, and have an and one. that shouldn't happen. You should be able to get in front of her and stop the ball. If they can just do that and bring more defensive pressure, then they can stop them from scoring while they figure out how to beat the zone.
I think from my point of view that Oklahoma Christian needs to be able to stop the offensive rebounds and stuff, because in the first quarter they were doing great rebounding the basketball. In the second quarter it was nothing but Fort Smith, and when Fort Smith was boxing Oklahoma Christian out to get those rebounds, it basically brought Fort Smith back to life.
Yeah, and then the second thing I would say to my team if I was in the locker room right now, patience. You're going against the zone. Rushing against the zone will not help anything. Is you will pass it and you won't see somebody coming into the passing lanes, or then you won't see that hand right there, or you won't see the person behind your teammate. You got to be patient with the passes. Use up the shot clock. You have 30 seconds to get a shot. You can use all of it if you need to. You don't need to shoot within 12 seconds of the shot clock or anything. Just slow it down, make good passes, and just move the zone until you find an open shot, layup, or draw a foul.
Well, we have another nail-biter game as these two played last time. So we're going to see how the outcome of this game happens. Last outcome was Oklahoma Christian winning in overtime 72-68. Can they win again here at home and get their first home game win of the season? We're going to step away, and when we come back, it'll be the start of the second half right after this.
We, the Lone Star Conference Student Athlete Advisory Committee, are committed to enhancing the voice of all student athletes,
to speaking out on topics important to us,
to spreading wellness about mental health,
to making an impact in our local communities,
to putting student and student athlete, to developing ourselves professionally for life after the game,
to breaking down barriers for diverse and inclusive environments and ensure opportunity for all.
This is what we're about.
We love to play our sport and encourage others to play as much as they can.
Together we promote opportunity for all student athletes,
protect student athlete welfare, and maintain integrity.
We all wear different colors, but we share the same purpose.
We proudly uphold the positive image of what it is to be a student athlete.
We strive to achieve excellence
through dedication, hard work, service, and teamwork.
We are the student athletes.
We are the voice.
We
are the Lone Star Conference.
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
Welcome back to the Equal Sports Network. My name is Zachary Payne. Alongside me is my broadcast partner, Elijah Johnson. And Eli, great game so far. 36-32, Fort Smith over the Lady Eagles here at the Eagles Nest. You pointed out a very important thing during halftime to me. The demeanor of both teams.
Yeah, it's just like OC was over there. They were shooting around, getting their shots up and stuff. Like, you had players just standing on the sideline, not doing much. Well, the Lady Lions, they was over there running everywhere, getting the ball and playing like they was actually in an in-game situation.
As the Lady Eagles have possession of the ball, Epperly, who's back into the game, pass down low to Bain. Bain gets it deflected and goes out of bounds. And they're going to say last touch by the Lady Eagles, and that was a bad call. And the crowd does not like that.
That is a highly questionable call. You had two of the Lady Lions in front of our Lady Eagles, and they tipped the ball. You might want to go on the replay for that.
As Elston now brings the ball up the floor for the Lions. As Elston passes it down inside to Stoudemire. Stoudemire drives in, puts up her shot, no good, rebounded by Epperly.
That was a good defensive presence right there.
So now Coyer. Over to Peck. Peck at the left wing. Now to the left corner to Levings. Levings, one-handed pass over to Coyer. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Back to Peck. Peck could have put up a shot, instead doesn't. Levings now has 8 seconds. Bounce pass down to Bain. Bain, nice drive, generates the foul and will go to the free throw line.
And what I saw there, they was doing exactly what I pointed out in halftime. They're using the shot clock. They're being a bit more patient with their passes. You know, they're finding the open person and just like getting over there as quick as possible. But the person's not rushing anything once they get the ball. And they was able to find an open lane to get the ball inside, and she was able to draw the foul.
Another thing that we've also pointed out at halftime is they needed to feed the ball to Bain more, as Bain was the one going off in the first quarter. And so far, that's what they're doing, and they've already got points back up on the board.
It decreases the lead to 2.
So now Elston. To number 21, Boyett, who puts up the 3 and knocks that down.
That was just a very good shot by her. No one was actually there. They were standing with their hands out, but it wasn't in the defender's face. So she just rose and took up the shot over Lady Eagles.
Madison Coyer. Now to Levings. Levings puts up a 3 of her own and tries to counter. No good, rebounded by Boyett. Boyett brings the ball up the floor. Slows it down now. Passes it to Elston. Wide open Stewart for 3. Too strong. Offensive rebound, though, by Lally.
They kick it out.
Back to Boyett again. It was 2 for 2 from behind the line to start this second half.
It's just rebounding. Rebounding is what they need to do. There's 3 key things they need to do to win games is defense, rebounding, and passing.
So now Levings over to Coyer at the right wing, down inside to Epperly. Epperly wanted to put up a shot, instead resisted. Coyer gets the ball, pump fakes, puts up the shot from behind the arc, no good, in and out, rebounded by Bain. OC with another chance. Epperly starts to drive in, picks up her dribble, back over to Peck. Peck for 3. In and out yet again. That's 2 in a row. And then there's going to be a foul called on Coyer.
Not going to lie, that's a little demoralizing to the Lady Eagles. They had 3 wide open shots and wasn't able to hit them.
So now Lolly's going to check out for the Lady Lions. And Gorman is going to check in for her. And number 23, Terry, is going to check in for Elston. So now Boyett with possession of the ball. Quick pass, tipped and out of bounds. Will remain Lady Lion basketball. So Boyett's going to be the one to inbound the ball for Fort Smith. Lobs it towards the top. Now Stewart has it, gives it back to Boyett. Boyett starts to drive in. She's kind of double teamed now, working against Tyra Peck. Over to Stewart.
That was very good defensive rotation, staying in front of everybody and following the ball.
As Stoudemire lost possession of the ball after catching it from Stewart, and it goes out of bounds. OC catches a little bit of a break now, having possession of the ball. Can they convert? As Coyer has possession at the left wing, moves up to the top of the arc, gives it to Bain, back to Coyer. OC working the perimeter.
Bunch of quick passes, quick movements, allowing them to shift the defense and get the players off of
Leving, they're going to say Leving stepped out of bounds on the shot, and Coach Finley not very happy about it and giving the ref some words.
That was a very good offensive possession, though, as they was able to get the passes, shift the defense, and find an open player.
And Coach Finley is very upset and talking to both officials. As Terry puts up a three and knocks that down, and all momentum has shifted to Fort Smith.
And it's a good timeout, too, to stop that momentum and allow them to collect themselves.
And Coach Finley calls the timeout and gets in the face of the ref. But that's going to send us to our first media timeout of the half. We'll be right back right after this.
Tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look! Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network as Oklahoma Christian trails by 11 with 6:33 left. And Coach Finley, she was very livid before that timeout was called.
Getting in the ref's face, yelling, arguing, standing up for her players, calling them out for a bad call in her opinion.
As Bain with a nice medium range shot there.
It's just a good response. A good response off the timeout.
So now Stewart and deflected and stolen away by Peck, and that's going to generate the foul.
It seems like Coach Finley's anger just rubbed off on the team, and they're playing with a lot more energy in just these past two possessions.
Well, we've always known Coach Finley has not had the best relationship with refs the last few years.
Not at all.
But so far, this spark for the Lady Eagles has been good coming out of commercial break. As a quick pass over to Coyer at the right corner, deflected, and then stolen away yet again.
In my opinion, I would have taken that lane she had after the pass fake. It seems like they're a bit too focused on getting the ball inside to the post players, but instead they're not taking any shots for themselves.
I don't know if it's just me, but it just seems like the Lady Eagles' body language is just down compared to Fort Smith's right now.
Oh yeah, Fort Smith has a little bit more swagger than the Lady Eagles does, and that obviously started with Jasmine Stoudemire. She just went off in the second quarter, and ever since then, the Lady Lions just haven't looked back.
Speaking of Stoudemire, she's at the line, drains the first attempt at the free throw line after the foul call down low. Gets them back up to a double-digit lead over the Lady Eagles. As Stoudemire makes the second attempt as well. Coyer needs to try to get a spark for the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, last game, the Lady Eagles had 4 players in double figures, but right now the only players in double figures this game was Stoudemire and Brooklyn Dane.
As Coyer tries to find Epperly down low and throws it out of bounds.
It seems like the Lady Eagles are just a little bit frustrated and flustered right now.
As Coach Finley's trying to get them back in to this game, and there's going to be a kickball violation. So now Boyett to inbound the ball for Fort Smith. Quick inbound pass to Stoudemire, and Stoudemire is called for the walk.
That was a good call. She took a step before she actually dribbled.
So now Coyer, again, trying to find a little bit of momentum for the Lady Eagles. It's kind of tough for the Lady Eagles as they do not have very many subs.
Yeah, at this point, they just need their own little Stoudemire spark. They just need one person to say, forget it, I'm going to take over and just get this Lady Eagles back on track on their offense.
As there's going to be a foul called on Stewart, and Stewart does not like that call, but I do believe that was the right call by the ref.
Stewart is subbed out.
So it looks like we're going to have another media timeout, so we will step away and be back right after this.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Hey, Julia, are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's going to play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh, man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's split a ride home.
Welcome back to the Eagles' Nest as Oklahoma Christian tries to get back into this game as Epperly puts up a shot, and it was no good as it goes out of bounds. And Oklahoma Christian just can't catch a break right now.
Can't get anything to fall right now. They're trying their best, but just nothing is happening.
And so far in this first half alone, they've had one bucket fall. And that was by Bain. Bain has all the points here in the second half for Oklahoma Christian. So now Elston at the right corner working against Levings. Levings gives her a little bit of room. Deflected, scramble for the ball down on the floor. They're going to say jump ball. And it's going to be Lady Lions basketball.
Lions have held all the jump balls this game.
So now Fort Smith to inbound the ball. There's 1 second on the shot clock. That is going to be a shot clock violation.
That was a good play design, though. They had a little bit more time. They might have been able to convert.
As Tyra Peck inbounds the ball to Madison Coyer. And Madison Coyer, who's been out there every minute of this game so far. As now Peck drives in along the baseline. Peck brings it back out to Levings. Levings, long three. No good, can't get it to fall, but offensive rebound by Bain. Bain fights for the foul and will go to the free throw line yet again.
That was very good by Bain getting the offensive rebound, but also noticing all the defenders had their hand on the ball, force up a shot and draw the foul.
So Bain looking to try to get her 16th point if she can make both. She knocks down the first one. Gets them back within 10. Second attempt is up, and that shot is also good. So 16 points for Bain.
Studmeyer is subbed out to get a rest. Let's see. The Lady Lions can go on the offensive end and still convert without her.
As Boyett, who's had the spark so far here in this third quarter of play, dishes it to Elston. Elston moves over to the right side. She puts up a three, but it looks like her foot was on the line, and they're going to say two.
Madison Coyer races up the court and gets trapped a little bit.
Now over to Levings. Levings, quick pass. Nice ball movement by the Lady Eagles, finding a little bit of room. Coyer for three. Gets it to fall.
That was just a good spin on the ball. Good roll with a lucky bounce.
Madison Coyer in the last game had 18 points, but in the second half alone, she sparked for the Lady Eagles to bring them back in the game to send it to overtime. Can she do it again? As Elston shot, no good, rebounded by Bain. And then there's going to be a foul called.
Bain just getting big on the rebounding. That's exactly what you need. They can't have any second chance points in this second half.
And that foul's going to put OC in the bonus for the remainder of the quarter.
It's kind of mirroring the first quarter when they were in the bonus. Let's see if they can convert their free throws as much as possible.
And Bain is going to be the one to shoot the free throws yet again.
At this point, Bain shooting so many free throws, she should be excused from the free throw shooting in practice.
As she misses the first one, so it goes off the back rim and out. But either way, OC back within 8. With 3 minutes left here in the third quarter of play. It is now 49-42. OC starting to get some momentum back. As Studemeyer's checked back into the game for the Lions. Deflected and stolen away by Bain. Bain, they're going to say a foul, and they're going to say it was on Bain, pushing her to the ground, and that is a bad call. And the fans are going to let them hear about it.
At this point, when it's a loose ball like that, you should just let them play.
And look at Finley. Finley's just brewing over there. So Fort Smith catches a little bit of a break.
A little bit. That was a huge break for Fort Smith, as that would have had a big momentum shift that they was able to complete.
And there should have been a travel there, and everyone noticed it, but there was no call. Luckily, the basket did not fall, and OC back on the attack. Coyer starts to drive in, finds it to Levings. Levings, 4-3. Up, no good, rebounded by Lally. Now going back the other end. 2:17 left here in the third quarter. Elston passed down. It's blocked by Epperly, and Epperly comes up with the ball.
That was great defense, getting her hands up and just getting big and in her face.
So now Tyra Pack back to down low to Bain. Bain lays it up and in.
The fans wanted it, coach probably wanted it, and they got it. It's just able to get in the middle of the zone and get an easy layup.
Brooklyn Bain has turned this game around.
She has exploded for 19 points this game. She's already eclipsed her point total, or equaled her point total of last night's game.
Elston has it at the right wing. 10 seconds left on the shot clock, 1:30 left. Gives it to Studemeier. Studemeier drives. Good defense by Tyra Peck. No good, rebounded by Epperly. 1:22 left. OC has a chance to get it back to a one-possession game. Same play drawn up, and Bain is going to go to the line yet again.
They just keep feeding the hot hands, and the hot hand is delivering.
And that is going to be the third foul on Studemeier. So now you got to look at it from Fort Smith's perspective here. They have 3 players out on the floor right now with 3 fouls.
They don't have many subs either, so they're just playing their cards and hoping their players can stay out of foul trouble.
As Bain's shot is up, and that shot is good. She can make this. It is back within a one-possession game. And she does. 21 points so far for Bain. Boyett gives it to Stewart.
Looks like OC has a little bit more energy on defense as well.
As Buchanan's going to get called for a foul, and that was I don't know if I would have called that a foul.
It was questionable, but I believe they called it because she was beginning to swat down on the block. And if you begin to swat down and not hit the ball and hit her body instead, they're going to call that foul almost every time.
So now Terry's going to go to the free throw line. And her shot is up. That shot is good. As Terry's second attempt at the free throw line is up. And that shot is no good. Offensive rebound. Scramble for the ball. If we have a tie-up, we're going to say travel on Fort Smith. What a break for the Lady Eagles.
Everybody was on the floor then. Everybody wanted the ball. This game is up for grabs, and it's playing like it.
So Tyra Peck, 2 inbound the ball, gives it to Coyer. Nice find. As Coyer now slows it down with a final minute to play here in the third quarter. Down by 4. Coyer starts to drive in, gives it to Bain, and they're going to say Bain traveled.
I think they called out the little hop she had after she caught the ball.
And Coach Finley had some more words to say to the ref after that call.
Honestly, it could have gone either way. It could have let it slide, and maybe they just wanted to call it travel. I don't agree with it, obviously, but it's just what they called.
So all the momentum that OC had in this third quarter is kind of slowed down the last 2 possessions. As Tyra Peck deflects it, and that will go out of bounds, but great defense there by Peck. So we're going to redo the inbound passes. Boyett's going to be the one to pass it in. Gives it to Stewart. Stewart moves over to the right corner, now to the, starts to drive along the baseline. Gives it to Boyett. Boyett with a step back 3. No good, rebounded by Bain.
The shot clock is off and looks like OC is going to go for the last shot.
As Bain controls the ball, not the normal point guard. He needs to try to give it to Coyer. Wants to hand it off. Good move by Coyer to create some space. 6 seconds left. At the top of the arc, starts to drive in. Lays it up, no good. And it looks like Coyer was wanting a foul, but there was not one. So at the end of the third quarter, OC down by 4.
That was a much better quarter.
Do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look! Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network, where Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles trail 50-46 to the Lady Lions of Arkansas Fort Smith. And Elijah, it was getting a little scary midway through that third quarter of play as OC was down by 11, but they managed to battle the way back.
You can play most of that on Brooklyn Bain. She's practically carrying this team. She has 21 points, and the highest scorer next to that is Tyra Peck with 8 points.
As Madison Coyer has the ball, gives it to Peck. Almost goes past the half-court line, but saved by Buchanan. But then it is deflected, knocked out of her hand, and out of bounds. It's going to remain OC basketball. So this was the quarter and the last game that Madison Coyer went off. against Fort Smith that helped them get the win in overtime. Can she do it again? And if so, how much of an impact will that have?
It's a very big impact as one of the leaders of the team for how many years she's been here, was able to get some points and also help out Bain. She's putting everything on the line right now. She just needs a little bit of help.
As Emma Epperly got the second rebound there, and they're going to say another foul on number 24, Campbell, for Fort Smith. So OC on their fourth possession of this. And Tyra Peck has a girl land straight on her neck, and there was no foul called whatsoever. And now Fort Smith's going to have possession of the ball as there was a foul called.
These refs, this game has a lot of questionable calls.
As Boyett puts up a shot, airballs it as it goes out of bounds. And Stewart wants to say it was deflected. And the refs are going to say they are not going to review that. So now OC with a little bit of a break there, down by 4.
Well, it all comes down to if they can convert or not.
Nice find by Coyer to Peck. Peck back out to Epperly. Epperly puts up a shot, and she's going to get called for a travel. That's one thing we've known about Emma Epperly is she does travel quite a bit.
Yeah, it seems like her footwork is a bit off. But it's just the turnovers these games for both teams is just very high. But it seems like the Lady Lions are able to convert more than the Lady Eagles.
And I was just about to say, Coach Finley has Bain resting a little bit as Stewart puts up a 3 from the top and knocks it down. But after that foul or that travel call, it looks like Bain's about to check back in. Levings with the foul and the 3.
That's exactly the spot that they needed too. That was a big play from Kendra Levings.
Kendra Levings kind of reminds you a little bit of the legend here, Addie Cliff. Addie Cliff, she would shoot from the logo, and yes, Kendra Levings doesn't have as far shooting range as Addie Cliff did, but she is not afraid to shoot. As Kendra Levings here, and so you can see right here on the replay, a nice shot, and might have been a little bit of acting there by Levings to generate the foul, but it was still a close call. She still knocked down the shot, but she did miss the free throw. As now Boyett has it at the right wing, passes it down inside, and there's going to be a foul called on OC.
That wasn't the Eagles' fault. That was just manipulating the refs a little bit there.
So it's going to be a shooting foul, and Molly's going to be one shooting the fouls for Fort Smith. As Studemeyer checks back into the game for Campbell. And you got to be careful now as the foul for OC was on Emma Epperly, and that's going to be her 4th foul. As Lally made the first attempt at the free throw line, increasing their lead up to 5. And her second attempt is up, and it rolls around the rim and in. So now Buchanan's going to check in for Epperly. So now Bain with possession of the ball. Inbounds it to Tyra Peck, and there's going to be a full court press, it looks like, by Fort Smith. And there's going to be a foul called on Stewart.
Stewart is arguing that she was pushing off with her forearm.
And that's going to be Stewart's 4th foul. As Peck inbounds it to Coyer. 6-point game, 8 minutes left. Buchanan starts to drive in. Step back shot by Buchanan. No good. Almost rebounded by Bain, but instead is going the other way as Studemeyer comes up with it. Now Terry for 3. What a shot.
That was just a good pull-up.
9-point game now.
As Fort Smith is just trying to keep the Eagles at bay any means necessary.
as Bain gets the ball, and there is going to be a foul call, and it's going to be on Stoudemire. That's going to be her 4th foul. So now 2 players for Fort Smith in foul trouble. And it looks like both of them are going to come out of the game.
And she'll rest them for a little bit and put her back in crunch time.
So Levings to inbound the ball for OC. Gives it to Bain. Bain starts to drive. Nice body. Puts up the jumper. Good.
She's getting a lot more aggressive in the 4th quarter, trying to bring her team back.
There's Elston now. Bounce pass down inside to Johnson. Back to Elston on the handoff. On the left side, down inside the paint. Brings it back up to the top of the arc. Moves over to the right side. Finds it. Buchanan with the rejection. Tie up. Possession arrow. They're going to say it is Fort Smith. And it seems like every single possession arrow has gone to Fort Smith.
I think it has. I don't think OC has gotten 1 jump ball call this entire game.
So now the bounce pass is rejected by Bain, but it is going to say a foul called.
Then again, the refs are just being laughed at by the crowd at this point.
As it's going to be Johnson at the free throw line. As her shot is up, and she knocks it down. So now it is an 8-point game. Johnson has a chance to make it a 9-point game. As that shot is up, and that shot is no good, rebounded by Buchanan. Madison Coyer at the top, works against Elston, hands it off to Peck. Gets it to Buchanan. Buchanan was not ready for that, and OC gets away with one there. As Peck starts to drive, bounce pass to Bain. Everyone's starting to triple team Bain. A lot of sloppy passing here by OC.
It seems like OC just isn't as aggressive on the boards as they were in the 1st quarter.
So now
Fort Smith is beginning to slow it down and take time off the clock as much as possible.
as Elston gives it to Boyette. Down to Lally. Lally shot no good. Rebounded by Bain. So now Coyer to Bain. Bain puts up a three. No good. Rebounded by Buchanan, and they're going to say
over the back foul on Buchanan.
So now Elston on the right side of the floor. And I had no idea coach could touch the player in action.
He didn't. I had no idea the defense would just allow that to happen.
Now there's going to be another jump ball. So now it will be OC as they finally get one.
That was just a very odd play. A very odd possession.
So now Madison Coyer tries to get a spark. Nice move. Tries to pass it down to Blackburn. It is stolen away. Now over to Boyette. Boyette with the catch and shoot. No good. Goes off the back of the rim and out of bounds. So now we're going to have a timeout called by Fort Smith. And they're going to send it to media, so we will step away and be back right after this.
Recently, the western U.S. has averaged more than 1,900 earthquakes and 3,800 significant wildfires each year. So chances are there will be more of both near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here. I've got your back.
when you want to talk, I'm here.
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. OC down by 8 as there's 5:20 left here in the ball game. Kendra Leving, nice bounce pass down to Coyer. It looks like it was knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. So it will remain with OC. As Levings to inbound the ball. Bounce pass to Bain. Bain overshoots on the shot. Rebounded by Boyette.
That's a great play design, though. Just wasn't able to capitalize.
So now Elston slows it down to try to milk some of the clock off for Fort Smith. Now to Terry. On the right side, works against Levings. Brings it back up to the top of the arc. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Elston starts to drive in from the right side. Picks up the ball, and they're going to say a jump ball. It will remain with Fort Smith, but they will only have 3 seconds left on the shot clock. So now Boyette with the quick inbound to Lolly. Lolly shot up, no good, but she gets her own rebound and puts that one up and gets it to go off the back of the glass.
Looks like she was hoping to draw a foul as well.
As Coyer starts to drive in, passes it out to Blackburn. Back to Coyer on the left side. OC needs to start moving to try to get back in this game, down by 10. It's Tyra Peck. Gives it to Levings. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. She steps, puts up a three, knocks it down.
May not be exactly what they wanted, but that was a great shot by Levings.
And you can see Kendra Levings looks a little gassed out there.
Just not many players to sub in and out. This is a game of endurance.
So now Johnson gives it to Elston. Elston steps back outside the arc, starts to drive back in, slips, falls, gets the steal for Coyer. Coyer up to Peck. Peck lays up, gets a hard foul. And she's going to go to the free throw line to shoot two. So now OC has a chance to get back within 5 if Tyra Peck can make both of these shots.
That would be a good momentum swing as well for OC.
As Peck makes the first attempt at the free throw line. So now Tyra Peck has 9 points, looking for her 10th right here at the line. And that shot is up, and that shot is good.
Now it's back down to a 2-possession game for the Lady Eagles.
3:37 left. As Terry inbounds the ball to Stewart. Stewart in foul trouble, has 4 fouls. Passes it over, almost stolen away by Tyra Peck. That would have been a huge momentum swing. So now Boyette to Terry. Terry starts to drive in, bounce pass down low to Lolly. And they're going to say a blocking foul on Bain. They're going to say Kendall Blackburn instead.
That'll be the second foul on Blackburn.
So now Boyette to inbound the ball. Gives it to Terry. Terry with the three, no good. Rebounded by Bain. OC has a chance to make it a 1-possession game. As Coyer at the top of the arc. Moves over to the right side. Gives it to Peck in the right corner. Now to Blackburn. Levings puts up a shot, is blocked, but rebounded by Blackburn. Blackburn puts up the jumper. Just kind of rushed that. They still had 12 seconds left on the shot clock. But now it's going back the other way. So now Stewart to Johnson. Down inside to Lolly. Lolly works against Blackburn. Shot, no good, rebounded by Blackburn herself.
Great defense and rebounding by Blackburn. She got fouled hard after that.
And they're going to say it's on Johnson. That's going to be Johnson's first foul.
And the Eagles are back in the bonus. And Fort Smith's coach is very unhappy with that.
So now that's going to put Blackburn at the free throw line as OC is now in the bonus. So a big break for the Lady Eagles. So Blackburn's first attempt at the free throw line is up, and that shot is good.
And with this shot, they have a chance to put it in a one-possession game.
Blackburn sinks both. Blackburn now has 4 points on the night. 2:36 left, 3-point game. OC trailing. Fort Smith with the ball.
And again, just throwing everything down to try to draw as much time off the clock as they can.
Terry gets it down to 10 seconds on the shot clock before moving. Almost deflected and stolen away by Coyer, but it goes out of bounds. So now on the inbound, back to Terry. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Levings drive. There's going to be a foul called on Levings. Terry's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And they're actually going to say it's on Blackburn again.
Third foul on Blackburn.
So now Terry, who already has 12 points on the evening, misses the first. As Terry looks to try to make it another 2-possession game here off of this free throw attempt, and that shot is up, and that shot is good. So now Elston's going to check in for Stewart. 4-point game. Coyer hands it off to Bain. Bain drives in over to Peck. Peck starts to drive in now. Bounce pass, nice feed, and Blackbird's going to go to the free throw line, and there's going to be an injured Fort Smith player on the floor. And that's going to be Stedemeyer, who's trying to walk it off. So now Blackburn's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. But first they're going to wipe off the sweat. Eli, so far OC's battled back several times in this game. How can they finally finish?
Rebounding. Point blank period. Rebounding and then not allowing Fort Smith to get inside the paint.
As Blackburn's attempt is up, and that shot is good.
And down to a 3-point game.
As Blackburn's second attempt is up, and she is 4 for 4 from the free throw line in this corner.
The crowd is now starting to get into it, and you can see OC is getting a little more up on defense to see if they can clutch it out in these next 2 minutes.
Everyone needs to focus, though. Both teams are in the bonus, so any foul will send both teams to the line. Elston gives it to Stedemeyer. Stedemeyer starts to drive in. Nice spin move. Puts up the shot, banks it off the glass and in.
But she got an unintentional pick from one of her teammates to free up the shot for her.
So now Bain gives it to Levings. And then there's going to be a foul. And they're going to say it is on, are they saying Tyra Peck?
No, it's 14. On Stedemeyer.
And that's going to be Stedemeyer's 4th foul, or 5th foul.
She just ran through Peck as Peck was setting the screen.
Or was that was going to be her 4th foul. So now we have a little bit of a stoppage in play. So now we're just in a little bit of a stoppage, but so far, great game. Looks like Tyra Peck is going to go to the free throw line to try to shoot 2 to try to make it a 1-point game if she knocks both down. The last few possessions for the Lady Eagles have been getting to the free throw line due to being in the bonus, and they've knocked all of their shots down.
And like I said, free throws are just very important in the game of basketball. Stops the clock, gets points on the board.
All right, so Tyra Peck already has 10 points on the evening for OC. Last time she was at the line, she sank both. She's going to go off the front part of the rim. No good on the first attempt, but she can still make it a one-possession game if she makes this one. Minute 29 left. OC down by 4 as Peck misses both. So Elston now slowing it down. Controlling the ball on the right side. She starts to move, passes it to Boyett. Boyett almost loses control of it, saves it from going out of bounds.
Boyett almost got the steal.
And then it's going to be deflected, saved. What a play by Levings.
Great save, too.
So now Bain starts to drive in, picks up her dribble, needs to pass it, gives it to Coyer. 50 seconds left on the game clock. OC needs a basket here. Levings for 3. No good on the shot. Rebounded by Terry. An intentional foul by Madison Coyer.
That was a great look for Levings, though. She was more than capable of knocking down the shot.
And you got to think that endurance right there could have been the factor. As she earlier looked like she was gassed and that just came up just a little bit short. Not saying that was the issue.
Maybe she just wasn't able to get enough legs under her shot to give it that little extra push that it needed to go in.
But either way, off of the intentional foul, Terry misses the first attempt at the free throw line, so it's still going to be a 2-possession game no matter what. As Terry makes the second one, it's going to be a 5-point game, and Coach Finley is going to call timeout.
Probably give her players a rest.
So it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we're going to stay right here. OC down by 5 with 41 seconds remaining here in this ball game. OC has battled back and forth with Fort Smith in this entire second half, but they still have yet to control the lead in the second half.
Yeah, that just contributes to how far they were down in the second quarter. So props to OC for never giving up and just battling the entire way through. And when they come out of this timeout, ideally they will want to get a quick shot. Whether it's a 2 or 3 doesn't really matter. And then they can have another intentional foul, hope for a miss, and go back down and get another quick shot and see what happens from there.
Well, because of the timeout, it will advance the ball down to OC's end. Kendra Levings to inbound it. You would have to think the play that's been working is them giving it to Bain and Bain being wide open. And here's Bain on the inbound, quick layup off the glass and in.
That's exactly what they needed too, and got it to the exact right player. And there's the intentional foul I was talking about.
So now Madison Coyer intentionally fouls yet again. That's going to be her 4th foul. So now the person that's probably going to be starting to intentionally foul is going to be either Tyra Peck or Kendra Levings, as they have fouls to give. So now Elston at the free throw line, puts up the shot, misses the first attempt.
And again, that's exactly what they needed. A quick shot, intentional foul, and hope for at least 1 miss.
38 seconds left in the game. Elston's second attempt is up, and that is good.
Another timeout by the Lady Eagles.
Another great play called there by Coach Finley. And it looks like it's going to be another 30-second timeout. And that's to just advance the ball one more time.
Now it's just a 4-point game. So they don't necessarily need a 3 to send it to OT. They just need another quick layup. But I can imagine that Fort Smith is going to draw up a defensive scheme to keep Bain out of the paint. But focus on her and make the other players beat him.
The next person that I would look for would either be Madison Coyer or Kendra Levings. Those two have been able to generate some plays. Obviously, Bain's going to be the first option. If she can box out down low inside the paint, they might be able to do the exact same play that they just did on the possession beforehand.
Obviously, Levings has the shooting, but in my opinion, I would give it to Coyer. She has the speed to get in the paint quickly and get a nice layup.
And instead, they're going to go there straight to Levings. Now, Levings generates that nice pass there, but it's going to be last touch, and they're going to say Last touch by Fort Smith. And with that, it looks like they're going to come and review to see who touched the ball last. Now, this is going to be a very important call.
Whoever gets this ball could decide the game. If Fort Smith gets it, they can possibly just hold it until the end, or if they get intentionally fouled, hit 2 game-sealing free throws.
There's still plenty of time for the Lady Eagles to try to come back in this game, but this is going to be a crucial call. And after the look, it kind of looks like Bain wants to touch it, but it kind of looks like she pulls back. As you can see right here, it was blocked there. Last touch there. And then she doesn't touch the ball at all. But they're going to say it was last touched by Tyra Peck, who did swap the ball to try to give it to Bain.
So it wasn't Bain who touched it last, but
it was Tyra Peck, as you can see right
swats
there.
It out of bounds, and nobody else touches it after that.
Because Bain didn't know who touched it, so Bain was just going to let it go and hope that Blue was the one who touched it. So with that, it's going to be Fort Smith basketball.
And again, I have to emphasize, they have to make 2 free throws if they are fouled to ice the game.
As Madison Coyer intentionally fouls, and that's going to be her 5th foul. So now that means she is going to be done for the night. So it looks like Emma Epperly is going to check in for Madison Coyer, who is officially fouled out of the ball game. So now Elston, who was just at the line of the possession beforehand, who went 1 for 2, her shot is up, and she does not get that to fall.
There is just a little bit of hope for OC.
So now to run the point, you would have to think it'd either be Tyra Peck or Kendra Levings. As Elston makes that, makes it a 6-point game. Or a 5-point game, excuse me. Over to Levings. Levings with the wide open 3. Does not get it to go. Rebound. And then there's going to be another foul called with 19.8 seconds left. And that is going to be on Kendra Levings. So now we're just waiting. And it looks like Boya, excuse me, is going to be the one shooting the free throws for Smith. And that shot is up, and that shot is good.
And Boya is the one who was able to hit those 2 quick threes at the beginning of the 4th quarter.
So now Boyette looking to sink the second one. And she does, makes it a 7-point game.
And another timeout for OC.
It's going to be their last timeout call. And we are going to stay right here. Oklahoma Christian. If Oklahoma Christian loses this game to Fort Smith, they will fall to 500, being 4-4 on the regular season. And their next game will be Monday night here at the Eagles Nest. And Oklahoma Christian in this game so far has just had a lot of miscues. Hopefully, if this next game on Monday, they will not have those miscues.
It was just a lot of miscues, a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of rushed offensive possessions, not many bad shots taken by OC. It's just, it took way too much out of them to get those good shots.
Oklahoma Christian, Oklahoma Christian, Fort Smith, if they come up with the win, they'll get their 3rd win on the regular season and their 3rd win in the conference. But the way that they're doing the standings this year is a little bit different.
Yeah, there's a point system
Yeah,
now.
They're doing more of a point system because there isn't going to be a clear indicator that every single game will be played, as the Lady Eagles have already had some games be postponed, like Lubbock Christian. So they are going to see if they can reschedule those games, but they're not 100% sure if those games will be able to be rescheduled.
So now the point system will be a lot more important in the rankings of the team.
So Levings gives it to Epperly, or to Blackburn. Blackburn puts up a 3 and knocks it down. And then it's Levings with another intentional foul, so this game's still far from over.
That is true. But then again, it comes down to a free throw battle just like it was all game.
So now Elston, who's been to the line a couple of times in this situation, has seemed to miss the first one every time and make the second one, but she makes the first one that time. Brings it back up to a 5-point game. It'd still be a 2-possession game if she makes this one, no matter what, and she does. OC, however, does not have any more timeouts. Now over to Tyra Peck.
You have to go quick.
Needs to put up a shot. Holds on to it. Epperly puts up the shot, airballs it, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it will be Fort Smith basketball.
It seemed like that was tipped a little bit.
So now Boyett inbounds the ball. They're not going to foul. They're just going to let the clock tick down. And with that, OC is going to fall. There's going to be an out-of-bounds call, though. So Oklahoma Christian will have one more chance with 1/10 of a second left.
It's a perfect way to end the game with another turnover. Turnovers have been rampant.
And at the end of the game, Oklahoma Christian falls 71-65 to Arkansas. Fort Smith going to 4-4 on the regular season. When we come back, we will have the post-game highlights right after this.
We, the Lone Star Conference Student Athlete Advisory Committee, are committed to enhancing the voice of all student athletes,
to speaking out on topics important to us,
to spreading wellness about mental health,
to making an impact in our local communities,
to putting student and student athlete, to developing ourselves professionally for life after the game,
to breaking down barriers for diverse and inclusive environments and ensure opportunity for all.
This is what we're about.
We love to play our sport and encourage others to play as much as they can.
Together we promote opportunity for all student athletes,
protect student athlete welfare, and maintain integrity.
We all wear different colors, but we share the same purpose.
We proudly uphold the positive image of what it is to be a student athlete.
We strive to achieve excellence
through dedication, hard work, service, and teamwork.
We are the student athletes.
We are the voice.
We
are the Lone Star Conference.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look! Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Oklahoma Christian falls just short to Arkansas Fort Smith, splitting the season series 1-1. And overall, both games that these two teams played have been back and forth, and it's been great games.
Yeah, they've both been really close. But the difference today was, to me, the turnover and rebounding battle, as they were out-rebounded 40-35, and then the total turnovers were 22-20. So obviously both teams had a lot of turnovers, but OC just gave them the 2 extra possessions. And then the extra 5 possessions they got off the rebounding, which totals to 7 possessions that OC could have had to try and close the gap and maybe take the lead.
Well, one thing you also got to look at is 2 players for Fort Smith, and that would be number 14, Jasmine Studemeyer, and number 21, Hannah Boyett. Those 2 went off in specific quarters. Studemeyer went off in the second quarter, and Boyett went off pretty much in the fourth quarter. And those 2 quarters that they both went off with are honestly the game changers.
Yeah, those were 2 crucial quarters and 2 crucial times for Fort Smith, as when Jasmine Stoudemire went off, they were down by 10, 11 points, and she was able to help the Fort Smith claw back and take the lead. And since then, they didn't give the lead back, while OC didn't really have that player, as Brooklyn Payne, she was great all game long, getting to the free throw line, getting layups, getting rebounds and stuff like that. But she just didn't have a sidekick till late in the fourth quarter, which was just a tad bit too late for her.
Well, Oklahoma Christian, they shot 77% in the first half, or in the first quarter, excuse me. And that's when they were going up against the 2-3 zone. In the second quarter on, all Fort Smith did was the 3-2 zone, and that held Oklahoma Christian shooting about 30% for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, and exactly what that did was put pressure on the passes inside. So in the first quarter, they ran a 2-3 zone to try to get the inside when she already had position. And obviously, when you already have position, you already have that little edge over the defense. So they was able to switch it up and say, just like not do it when it's already in there, but not allow it to get in the paint at all and just get their hands in the passing lane and force a bunch of turnovers for OC.
Well, the top scorer for Oklahoma Christian was number 12, Brooklyn Bain, who had 25 points. She also led in rebounds with 11, so she had a double-double on the night. Right behind Bain would be number 21, Kendra Levings, who had 12 points in the entire game, and she shot a lot of three-pointers tonight. She had 15 attempts from behind the arc, and she only made 4.
Yeah, every field goal she had was a three-pointer, and most of them weren't even bad shots. They just weren't dropping. I don't know if it's because she was tired because of the lack of subs that they had, or she wasn't able to get legs, or she just wasn't, on tonight, but it just wasn't helping the team.
Well, Oklahoma Christian falls just short to Arkansas Fort Smith, bringing their record to 4-4 as their regular season record and in their conference record. They will play, however, this coming Monday night against the Lady Mustangs of Midwestern State University. This is the Eagle Sports Network. We are going to step away, and so long, good night. Thank you.
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone